Oh man, I was so close too. Ah. Damn. That was one of those ones where I could have ripped right through the fence. I think I could have taken the Lamborghini on the inside if I had done that. Oh yeah, no man, Midnight Club was something else. I had that for the PS2, I think it was. That was a phenomenal game. I think the last one I get was Midnight Club LA, and as cool as the game was, I can't remember a damn thing about the story. Yeah, I do remember Ford trying to acquire Ferrari. I mean, wasn't that the original whole basis for the whole inception of the Ford GT40? Basically, Ford made a offer that I guess old man Enzo Ferrari thought was insulting. He insulted Henry Ford II, so then they built the GT40 to try to kick his ass at Le Mans. Speed Zone Hero. I don't know what's heroic about that. Oh, we get a wheel spin. Nice. Whoa! Whoa! That sucked. Alright. Dude, I'm jealous. I wish I had that many cars. I started this game late. Period. This is a game where I ignored its presence for a long time, thinking, oh, well, it's just so similar to, you know, Motorsport 7. I'm coming from a place of ignorance, quite frankly. Said, you know what, it's just more racing on a boring open-world track. There's no police like there is a Need for Speed or whatever else. And man, was I wrong. We have today are a whole bunch of really awesome cars available in spring season. Winter just ended a couple of days ago, and we're into glorious springtime England weather. A little bit of rain, but that's okay. Fantastic greenery to look at, just like it is outside right now. Although in the world of Forza Horizon 4, we don't have to worry about the coronavirus, so we're not trapped indoors quite as much. But we're in the safety of our car, even if there was coronavirus. Anyway, we're going to be doing some random racing today. You can actually see over on the right-hand side that I actually earned pretty much all the cars I wanted to earn. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to stream that last night. Wasn't feeling quite as good as I could be. Still not feeling perfect now, but good enough where I can talk to you guys. Up at the top here, we have the Ferrari F12. Down below that, the Ferrari 599 GTO. And then the Lexus RFC. There we go. Lexus RFC up here at the top. Each of these was earned by kind of seemingly random events that didn't quite match what they needed to. One of them required me to buy a car. In order to get the Ferrari 599 GTO, I had to buy a Ferrari 575, which is a great car, don't get me wrong. But buying a car to win a car is a little different, I'll put it that way. I've got a whole bunch of new vehicles that I didn't have beforehand. I'm playing this game without streaming for a little while. You can see just in the Ferrari category alone, 360 Challenge Stradale, the Maranello that I mentioned the other night, 575. We got the GTO, California T. We have the GTC4 Lusso, the F12 that I mentioned, the 512 Testarossa, which I need to change that a little bit. Those wheels in the wing are kind of ugly. And then I went out and got a Ferrari F40 Competizione, I believe is the correct pronunciation. And that's just the Ferraris. I got a whole bunch of new stuff too from Lamborghini and a couple of things from BMW, I think. Can't even remember. Car collection here is really massive, obviously, and I still haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg. But anyway, let's mess around a little bit. So we got the Lexus RCF in the driveway, which you guys may or may not have seen. It's a cool car. Yep, there you go. There's one that I got. I still haven't driven that one yet. Got that a couple of days ago, I think. We're going to go through here, see if I can find something worth driving. I think you guys have all seen the Vulcan. You've seen the Ascari. I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to go over to Lamborghini, because I know you guys have seen a couple of Lambos, but I did get some ones that I think are worth noting. And we're going to start with the Gallardo LP570. Beautiful car, Superleggera, so it is the lightweight version. I think I pronounced that correctly. Somebody who speaks Italian can certainly correct me. but it's a super lightweight version of the car, and what we're going to do is go race this. Go find some random places to thrash this around. Gorgeous engine sound. And look at that, we got the balloons marking the location of the festival up ahead. Not quite Bugatti Veyron speed in the Gallardo, but this is fantastically fast, all things considered. Super lightweight car, a beautiful V10 engine rather in the Gallardo, and I think this is all-wheel drive if I'm not mistaken. I know the, oh, that was close. I know the Valentino Balboni edition is actually two-wheel drive. Let's get the little stripe down the middle, and that's named after Lamborghini's probably most famous test driver, Valentino Balboni. I believe now we have the main test driver for Lamborghini is Max Venturi, if I remember correctly. And overshot the starting line. Look at that nice J-turn. Alright. We'll do a couple of familiar races to get started, but we're going to modify things a little bit. Let's try something else. So, La Corsa Italiana, strictly Italian cars. I think that's a good rule of thumb here. I'm going to leave it open. I'll even leave it open to the most powerful of the cars and see how I do with the Gallardo. So let's do that, and there's plenty of Italian cars I can go with here. Some of these I've modified, obviously. Some of them I have not. Veneno, it's another one that I completely forgot that I had. Diablo SV, reminiscent of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3, if anybody remembers that game from 1998, I think it was that game came out. Beautiful Lancias, Gran Turismo, Maserati, a couple of Pagani's, but we're going to go with the Gallardo that I have chosen. It's a beautiful car, and this is most certainly the color that I would have it in. I like red on a lot of my sports cars and supercars, but the beautiful bright green paint we have on here is irresistible. Look at that, we got a classic Countach next to us. Looks like we may have a, can't tell if that's a Huracan or an Aventador that was next to me. Got a Centenario right here. Let's see what we got. It might be an Aventador, it could be a Rebenton in front of me, I can't quite tell. Countach actually taking the lead, that's surprising. So speaking of the title of this stream, let's talk cars. Speaking of the Countach, we actually have a brand new... Oh, come on, dude, don't cut me off. We actually have a brand new Lamborghini Countach that has come out. It's a throwback, a very limited production number. It's basically an Aventador. It's a V12 engine with a very minuscule electronic motor strapped to it, but I believe it's a LP800-4, so it's approximately 800 horsepower car. Beautiful interior, beautiful exterior, pretty reminiscent in a manner of speaking of the original Countach. Got the nice lines in the hood of the car, the overall wedge shape. Wheels are a little bit different, and there's no wing on the back. I will note, with the original Countach, for those who don't know, the wing that you saw on that red Lamborghini Countach that we passed to get into first place, that thing actually slows the car down. It's simply for styling purposes only. It doesn't help the car's performance in any way, it actually makes it worse. Nowadays, I think Lamborghini would be a little bit smarter with that, especially now that Lamborghini, since I believe the Murcielago and the Gallardo have been co-designed with Audi, who tends to build their cars a little bit more wisely. So I think now with any modern Lamborghini, the wing on the back, tail fins, whatever you want to call them, would be a boon rather than a detriment. One more lap to go here. While I know the physics in this game aren't quite the unforgiving set of rules that you'd find in other racing games like Project Cars, even though the third one is more lax, and Forza Motorsport 7, I still am trying to follow the racing line as best I can, hoping I can kind of shave down a couple of seconds as I'm going around the track here. I did see that somebody did do a 3D render of what the Countach, the new one, would look like with an appropriate wing. And looks great, so I'm hoping that Lamborghini will maybe add that as an option that you can get. I would certainly hope for the cool price of $2.3 million, I believe is what the Countach is going to cost, that you'd be able to tack that on somehow. If not, I'm sure some company out there will sell it aftermarket, maybe a carbon fiber wing, ultra lightweight type of deal. We'll see. This is what I did here with the Gallardo. I think normally they have like a little lip spoiler on the back. I added the carbon fiber wing. Helps improve downforce, obviously, a little bit of stability. This is lowered. I kept the original wheels in color. Modified the performance so it's in the S2 class. Obviously not the best performing Lamborghini car that I can have, but it's a great car nonetheless. Speaking of Lamborghinis, I'm going to bust out a couple more of those cars that I got recently. Let's go with the Veneno since I saw that. Excuse me. So the Veneno, wonderful performing car, one of the best Lamborghinis you can buy in the game, one of the best Lamborghinis, or best cars period, really, in the S2 class. Let's go find a race, though. You know what, let's go this way, why not? I still don't know if I like the Veneno as much as I like the Sesto Elemento that I have, and the Centenario. Those are both wonderful Lamborghinis. The Centenario's lacking in the top speed department, unfortunately. Doing probably about 220 or so is phenomenal for real-world usage, but in the world of Forza, if you tune certain cars the right way, you can get these just ridiculous top speeds out of some of them. And if you run into any stretches of highway where you're really putting the hammer down, the Centenario just is not competitive, unfortunately. A little drift going around that corner. I know this is top speed oriented, but I'm going to throw my tail around a little bit. Just a little bit. This is not set up for drifting, this is set up for racing. Ooh, I clipped the rock wall. Of course I did. You know what we're going to do, because I have it here, and I'm going to make this stream last about an hour or so. Excuse me. We're going to make this a marathon race. I might regret doing that, but we're going to try something different. So I put on the Forza livery, along with some HRE wheels. Lowered, upgraded as much as I can. See what kind of competition we get. Looks like a LaFerrari up in front, a Pagani. I think that's a Pagani. It might not be. Those of you guys who aren't real big into the Forza games, explaining the marathon, excuse me, doesn't actually require that much explanation. Marathon is just basically an ultra-lengthy race that goes across a large section of the map. Most of these races only last a handful of minutes, which I think is great. Kind of channels a little bit of the first-person shooter and, oh, whoa, racing games of the past. Where you can kind of jump in and out of the game, quit at any time if you got other stuff to do. Alright, back in third place. I gotta get it back up to first. This is not acceptable. But once in a while you wish that the race was longer, you've been having some really good racing action, you want to do a little bit more, you say, oh man, it was over so fast. Well, the marathon races are your answer. So, for what we had in front, it looks like the second place car was a Koenigsegg Regera. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I hit the handbrake key by mistake. That was stupid. And we have the Koenigsegg Agera. Was it Agera? Yeah, it's the Agera in the #1 spot, which I just took over, and I almost lost by accident. Some of these areas are places I don't get to race in very much, unfortunately. This is one of them. I like the little quaint, I guess, downtown areas. And I actually like racing through the city. I don't really get much of the racing in London, which you figure would be like a more prominent part of the game. I mean, I don't want to say it's not prominent, but like, you're not in there for a whole lot. Like, a lot of the races on the map are, you know, by the shore on the eastern coast or down south or whatever, and those are fun, but I like the city racing. And I was actually messing around the other day with creating your own track, and that's not too bad. I'm bad at it, but it's not bad. And I created, I think it was like a little 16-mile sprint track, which is great, and I may do that in the future. I may see if I can make a course and maybe share it online, and that might be something I'll monkey around with in a future stream. Brakes on the Veneno are really good. Stopped actually before I wanted to. Usually I gotta go real hard on those in most cars. Handling is very good. It feels very planted. Won't say quite glued to the road, but likes to stay on the track. The only thing it's lacking, as you probably noticed right at the start of the race, is it's lacking in overall top speed, because you can see the Koenigsegg Agera on the front really pulling away from me. So, while he... Whoa! Okay. While he is able to catch up to me in the straights, I gotta try to make up that difference in the corners, because I seem to be doing a little bit better job than the highly skilled AI that we have here. I actually get my girlfriend into this game recently, and while she's not the premier expert on racing games, she's enjoying it so far. It's beautiful visuals, obviously. Wonderful cars, a lot of fun, something neither of us would ever get to drive in the real world. I've driven a nice BMW and a nice Mercedes that have been a pleasurable driving experience, but never going to be able to afford anything like the Lamborghini Veneno. Ooh, okay. You want to lose it there. It's going almost 200 into that little slight bend. So this game has been a real, I don't know, escape from reality, I guess you could call it. And that allows me to live out my driving fantasies from the safety of my room. Almost lost it there. That was stupid. And as if this game weren't fun enough, I'm sure all of you Forza fans out there know that we have Forza Horizon 5 coming pretty soon. I think in a couple of months, actually. In the world of Forza, I know Microsoft is discontinuing, I guess not, they're suspending future purchases of Forza Motorsport 7. I would largely assume it's because of Forza Motorsport 8 being in development and maybe kind of sort of close to release. We'll see, maybe at the end of the year or next year. No announcement about it that I know of. But Horizon 5 is on the way. We know some things about it. We've seen a little bit of footage. It does look great. Bigger map, I believe. It's actually set in Mexico, which is an interesting place. While the visuals are going to be definitely a change of pace from what we have now, I don't know how much variety there's going to be with weather. Because obviously one of the big attractions of the Horizon 4 game got a decent lead on the Koenigsegg, but just left the rest of that pack in the dust. The weather, one of the big attractions here of Horizon 4 is the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Mexico, I mean, you have lower temperatures at night, considering a lot of the area of that country is a desert. But it's not going to be anywhere near as diverse as England would be. So I'm a little interested to see what they can do to change things up a little bit. Here's the finish/start line. There we go. So I'm interested to see what they can do. Let's see. Yep, Agera RS. Regera down there. Okay, yep. Well, that fell way back. LaFerrari. I'd be surprised. Yeah, MC12. MC12 is a pretty cool car. Basically a Ferrari Enzo with no driver aids, from my understanding. Oh, look at that. The Stig. Stig was driving the Agera. Sorry, Stig. I'm not a better driver than the Stig. I just got lucky. Oh, Porsche up there. Let me see what we got here. Do I get the Volvo? Do I get the Mustang? Oh, I get some cash. Alright, I'll take it. As I was saying, I don't know what they're going to do to kind of change up the landscape in the fictitious Mexican setting that we have of Forza Horizon 5. We'll find out. I'll have to give the development team credit. Turn 10 Studios, Playground Games, Microsoft behind those guys. They've done wonderful things with this game in the past. Or with the series, I should say. The whole franchise, they've done wonderful things. So I should probably give them a little bit more credit. Let's see, where's the start? Is it right here? I passed it. Alright, well first of all, I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I go to that starting line. Let's go back. I'm going to break out a couple of the Lamborghinis that I've been having fun with. We're going to pick the last of the Murcielagos, the Murcielago SV. I forget if it was 640, 670, whatever it was. The numbers, for those of you curious, the numbers after the name of the car is actually denotation of how much horsepower they have. And we've done this race before as well, but we're going to...
You ready for a great championship this spring?
Yes, I am.
What am I saying? You wouldn't have signed up if you weren't.
Oh, is this going to do the... yeah, it is. I'm not doing that again. Alright. That's one of the race series that I did last night, and I wouldn't mind doing a series, but I would want to do it with a car of my choice. I used the Aston Martin 007 Vantage, whatever edition it was, and that was fun to an extent, but it forced me to use a specific car, and that thing was not good off the line. I would only usually win the races kind of by the skin of my teeth, so to speak. And that's not going to do. So we're going to go find something else to do.
You have arrived at your destination.
No, I have not. That's just the speed trap. Alright, I see another sprint out there. We'll aim for that. I like circuits and everything, but let's go for the sprint. Beautiful area. See, this is the kind of area of England that I would want to live in if I could. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's change this up again. So you got the Corsa Italiano once more. You know what? Let's do, well... Yeah, let's do anything goes. Why not? We'll shake this up. Taking on all comers. Any vehicle level. 999X, that's totally fine. Or X999, whatever it is. Alright. And you can see here, S2 class, 921. Certainly not the best performing S2 class car I could have, but that's what I'm going to use. Looks awesome, sounds awesome, performs pretty damn well, all things considered. It's fully upgraded Murcielago. Best I can do with this car without doing an engine swap. So, let's give this a shot. We get some interesting stuff next to us. Got the giant Mercedes six-wheel. Got a semi-truck. C7 Corvettes. Come on, guys, get out of the way. Oh, getting hit by the six-wheel. Dude, seriously? Get off me, come on. can't really replicate it in this game, but I saw a really awesome trick the other day that I think it was a GT3 racer pulled. He was trying to get in front of a car that he was tailing for quite a while, and it was a nighttime track. I forget if it was Le Mans or whatever it was, but he actually shut off his headlights for a brief period to where the driver in front of him couldn't see him in his mirrors, and did a pass kind of like partially on the grass, I think it was, and he slid right past him, turned his lights back on. Really ballsy, and paid off. So my hat's off to him. If I had a hat on right now, I would tip it in his direction. Like 82%. See, this is what I was talking about regarding the sprint races earlier. I don't mind short races again, but this is pretty darn short. So we're already at the end. Slowing across the finish line. Maybe that anything goes race wasn't the best idea. We got the Panamera M4 TTS, G63 Chiron, Lego Chiron, Astra, which is kind of out of place. We got the Stingray or Corvette, the C7, whatever it was, MR2. I don't know what the Iron Knight is. So it must be the semi truck. Gorgeous car. We're gonna switch to something that's just a little bit different, not very much difference. I'm going to go with the other Lamborghini that I'd coveted in this game for a while. We're going to go with the Rebenton. I know it's with a V, but in Italian and Spanish that can often be pronounced as a B, so it's actually pronounced as Rebenton. Beautiful car, added a wing to it, changed out the wheels just a little bit. I love the LED tail lights, love the fence in the back, that's pretty killer. I know the wheels on the original Rebenton are supposed to be there for kind of scooping up air and feeding it to the brakes to keep them cool. We're going to try something a little bit different. That's the series I just did, wasn't it? Velocity? No, that's a different one. Marathon, that's what I had done. You know what? I'm trying to remember what that was. Was that one of the vehicle? No, I don't think that was a vehicle challenge. I can't remember. Well, whatever it was, we're going to go down there and we're going to try that race. Unless it's a series or something that forces me to use a car I don't want to use. We'll go down there. You can see some of the other drivers kind of tooling around here.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Besides being the center of the festival and story, this is also the area where you're going to be able to tune and modify your cars, change things up, apply new paint jobs and liveries, so that place is always really popular. I haven't been messing around with the other drivers in the game too much.
400 yards, turn left.
I'll use the menu to compliment them on their car if I pass by, like that.
Turn left.
Or I might give them a nice driving if I see him crash. Cotswold Super Sprint is always a good event. Look at the beautiful greenery around here. Alright, Colossus. Let's see what we got here.
You have arrived at your destination.
I can't remember what this is. Pardon me as I get rid of an itch here. Alright, so modern supercars. Yep, cool. I can take the Rebenton. Gonna do that. And let's see what we get. Look at those mirrors, too. How thin, low profile those are. Another Lambo next to me. Looks like possibly another Lamborghini to my left. Can't see what that is, the one on the left. Looks like, oh, that must be a Lykan Hypersport. That's what that is. Wow, that was a dick move. We get the Ferrari I'm sorry, not Ferrari F40, the Ford GT40, or the Ford GT, rather, in front of me. These guys are just taking off. I believe this is another lengthy race, so I gotta hope that I can catch up. I should have plenty of time, in theory. Look at that, it's like my Gallardo from earlier. Got the Gallardo in front of me, and that might be a Huracan in front. Can't quite tell what that is. Goodbye. It's like somebody back there had a little bit of an accident and they're still kind of recovering from that. Reminds me of somebody I know. Loving the festival sites. It's too bad I can't blast some of the music they got in this game because of the whole Twitch copyright BS or YouTube copyright BS when I finally upload this clip to YouTube. Makes this whole streaming thing a lot harder than it needs to be. That tells me I should have started with this whole streaming stuff sooner. Could have been a little bit more fun and had a little bit more of a personal touch with my own music. Alright. Overshot that a little bit, not a perfect corner, but I didn't bash into the wall, so that's really all you can ask of me at my amateur skill level. Much as I'd love to do this race with some other players on the server here, my issue with a lot of the team races here or competitive races is that when you start them up, there's a waiting queue every time, and probably the least entertaining thing I can do for you guys is start up. Ooh, love that rainwater effect. Look at the water on the back of that car. Probably the least entertaining thing I could do for you guys is sit here and not do anything while we wait for people to join my race. Hopefully if I can get my girlfriend online one of these days, we can start doing some co-op or competitive races. We can do it against the AI, and that way we don't have to worry about waiting for anybody. I will leave her in the dust for you guys as best as I can for a while, and then she'll start getting good at this game once she practices it, and then she'll kick my ass on the regular. Right now, all I'm here to do, though, is just open up the tabs on the Murcielago. I'm sorry, the Rebenton, rather. There we go. So this is where I would get annihilated against other players with faster cars. As fast as the Rebenton is, look at those air scoops being open on the side there. Love the way that looks. It's like a fighter jet. As fast as this car is in the real world, compared to some of the others you can get nowadays, that can easily get above 230, 240, 250. This would not be competitive on the straights. You would have to bring something like a Koenigsegg, and that actually might be exactly what I do. One thing I did buy a while back, which maybe I'll break out for you next, is I did buy a Koenigsegg Agera 1. And it's called the 1 because it's supposed to be a 1,000 horsepower to 1,000 pounds power to weight ratio. It was 1,000 pounds or 1,000 kilos? It was about 1,000 pounds. I can't remember, but point is it's a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio. And as you may guess based off the name, but see, this is where I want to race a little bit more, this area. Maybe I'll bring my Agera here. As you may guess by the name, when it's got a reduced power to weight ratio like that, it's going to be a hell of a performer. Yeah, this is where I want to be a little bit more offense, so I think I might be a Agera right here. There we go. Across the finish line at 172 miles an hour. Let's see how far back the Gallardo was. Yep, so a Gallardo and a Huracan. Good distance, 7 seconds. I might try turning these guys up to expert. I really don't want to, because I think I'm gonna... excuse me, I think I'm gonna get my ass handed to me if I do that, but we'll try it in a little bit. Let's go down to change car. we're going to do what I was talking about earlier. We're going to bring up the Koenigsegg, and we're going to bring up the Koenigsegg 1. Oh, I didn't upgrade that. No way. I did upgrade the RS. It's a beautiful car. I think I'm going to try the 1, and maybe I'll just upgrade this real quick. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll try the car as it is, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to turn this around real quick. I'm just going to go down to the end of the road. Look at this thing build speed. Whoa! Okay. You know what? I think I will upgrade this first. It's amazing how well this thing is building up speed, though. It's like the car is so powerful, it's digging its fingers into the earth and pulling it forward at a faster speed. Like the car's not driving, it's making the earth move faster around you. Already well past 200. 230, yeah. So you can see what happens at the higher speeds. Alright, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, honestly, is I'm going to go over to cars, go to the festival site. I'll come back to the downtown London area, don't you worry, but I'm going to upgrade this and hope it'll be a little bit more stable at the higher speeds. Alright, let's see, upgrade. Ooh, knocked my mouse on the top of the desk there. Alright, let's put this away for a second. Got a new mouse since the last time I was streaming. Let's see here. Yep, so adjustable ride height. Tuning options. I love how you have like the I mean I get the reinforcement aspect of it and you can see what it does, but it like makes the performance worse. It's weird. Weight reduction. Yep, that right there boosts it up to the X999. Alright, let's back up out of that. I don't know why I'm so tired. So it doesn't change the clutch. Okay, whatever. Definitely want to unlock tuning if I'm going to use this car competitively online, which I may. So we're going to make sure we get the race. Yep. Look at that. Drag tire. So this thing actually might be pretty damn good for drag racing. We're going to use the race compound, though, because I don't really drag race in this game. Well, you know what? This doesn't seem to really upgrade the acceleration, launch, or handling any. I'll double check. Okay, that does, interestingly. So I'll upgrade the rear tires. So changing the front doesn't do anything, huh? Okay, if you say so. I'm going to leave the Koenigsegg wheels alone. I like the way that they look pretty much as they are. Yeah, it like makes them too big. Crazy. Alright. So we've done that. You could do a conversion, as you can see here. Put a different engine in the vehicle, although, number one, it ruins the whole point of the car doing that. Number two, this is about as good of an engine as you can get in here, to be quite frank. There's a reason why this thing, according to some people, will get you up to like, you know, I don't know, 270 miles an hour.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. Turn sharp left. In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
And unlike Lamborghini or Bugatti, I believe these Koenigseggs are just rocking a V8. I definitely wouldn't go so far as to say there's nothing special under the hood. This is one of the best V8s ever made.
Turn right.
But Koenigsegg does not follow the rule of more cylinders is better, and
In 400 yards,
there's no replacement for displacement.
Right. Turn right.
Koenigsegg is pulling out all the stops to make this car
yards, turn left.
badass as it can be.
Turn left. In 200 yards, turn left.
And if I somehow had the
Turn
choice... Ooh, I'll overcook that a little bit. If I somehow had the choice, I would most definitely have this supercar, hypercar, quite frankly, over anything else in the world. If I could only have one dream car. I love Corvettes. I love the Veyron. I love Lamborghinis, as you saw. But this thing is without equal. And I'm not saying that there aren't faster cars in the world now that we've had that ridiculous record-setting Chiron. But there's just nothing quite like the Koenigsegg. And quite frankly, whoa, that was bad. Well, they got me a more controllable speed. Quite frankly, there's nothing in the world quite like the Koenigsegg, and really, this is a, if you think about it, it's a rarer car. There are more celebrities that have Veyrons out there than people who have these wonderful Koenigsegg's that, in some cases, when compared with the Veyron, will be faster.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Especially if you believe Christian von Koenigsegg's speed claims as to what this thing actually can do. Because I think they did run this at like 260, 270, but I don't believe they made it a official Guinness World Record because they didn't run it in two directions under very specific circumstances.
In 200 yards, turn right.
Look at how fast we got
Turn
here.
right.
Beautiful at night. Look at how fast we got here.
Yards, turn left. Turn left.
I don't know if this is so much a road as it is a public park, but
Turn
okay.
right.
Alright. Let's try this on the circuit. I don't know if this thing is going to be uncontrollable or what. Wow, Koenigsegg only, huh? It's interesting. It's weird because they haven't made that many cars if you think about it. They have the original CCX. I think that was the first one that I ever saw. They got the Agera, the Regera, and they're coming out with the Jesco. I don't think it's actually officially released yet. Or if it is, I certainly haven't seen a review of it or anything. I'll tell you what, we'll try Collector Series. I don't think I've done a race with that stipulation yet, so let's see what we got. So we get some interesting stuff here. The 8C Competizione, which is a cool car. We got the Chiron. We have the LaFerrari. I can't believe the Chiron's not a S2 X999. Maybe there's something I haven't upgraded there that I need to later. LaFerrari's a great car. Regere's a great car. Veneno obviously is great. Rebenton's great. I have two different Sennas, one bone stock, and then the other one... well, this one I won off of a wheel spins. That's why I have two. I didn't waste the money. The other one here is one that I bought and upgraded fully. Zonda R, which kind of disappointed me early on in the game. If you guys look at my early Forza videos, I was not happy with that car. I don't think I had it fully upgraded at the time. That was probably part of the problem. They also have the Pagani Huayra, but I guess that's not as much of a collector car, somehow. And then the TVR Cerbera, I'm sorry. TVR Cerbera Speed 12. Dyslexic, evidently. And I skipped over the Jag, how dare I. Alright, let's go with the Koenigsegg. I brought it here for a reason. Love that color scheme. This car I saw, the reason why I love this Beyond the Top Speed is I saw this car tested on the Super Speedos channel with Rob Ferretti on YouTube. Go check it out if you haven't already. Great channel. And they tested this car on a track, not just for mind-blowing top speed, but also the mind-blowing braking. Driver took his hands off the wheel as he slammed on the brakes from about 180 miles an hour, if I remember correctly, and the car's steering wheel did not move at all. I don't suggest any of you try that at home to see why that's a big deal, but trust me, it's a big deal. He also intentionally... Oh, is that an Enzo? Nice. That's something I should get. I should get a Ferrari Enzo. He also intentionally tried to make the car crash, basically, the driver did. He made a very good effort to make the car fishtail by jerking the wheel left and then right at high speeds, and the Koenigsegg just said, okay, if that's what you really want to do. Oh no, did I miss that? Yeah, I did. In my effort to cut the corner. Alright, well, this race is not going to suffice. I'm going to have to get another race after this. But anyway, he tried to make the car crash. He tried to make a fishtail intentionally, and he couldn't. The car just said, yeah, okay, if that's what you really want to do, if that's what you want me to do, is go hard left and hard right, fine. And it kept him in check, kept him alive. Speaking of the Senna, I was bumping up against the McLaren Senna, trying to get him out of my way. Wow, this thing is struggling to get grip. This is kind of what I was afraid of. This thing is definitely a straight line top speed monster. This is not doing quite what I needed to do in the corners. Maybe it'd be a little bit different if I had a wheel or something. Hey, Weird Duck Man, thank you for joining the stream. What's up, my man? Trying to see if I can catch up to the lead car here. I want to say that's another Koenigsegg that looks like a Regera. Then again, it looks like a McLaren Speedtail too. One of those cars I haven't got yet. Oh, come on, get around the corner. Yeah, I know, I'm one of those weirdos that uses a keyboard for driving. It's just something I've gotten used to since the 1990s with the original Need for Speed games, so never get out of the habit. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. I got the Agera 1, but yeah, I just cannot catch up to that lead car. Disappointed in myself for not winning that. Second place, but not good enough. Yeah, Rebenton beat me out, no way. See, that's what I was talking about earlier with that whole top speed thing. You got the excellent top speed chops of the Agera, but not the best choice for a short length track. So that went up my ass sideways, so I'm going to try that with something else. Let's switch cars. We're going to go with the car that I was having trouble passing earlier. Let's go with the McLaren. And I'm going to go with the P1. That car has been a wonderful car for me. You know, I actually do have the Agera RS, Duckman, now that you tell me that. I'll tell you what, I'll take your advice. How about that? We'll switch cars to the Agera RS, because I do actually have that, and it's fully upgraded. Koenigsegg, Agera RS, given car. I don't know, I do think that thing's a little bit squirrely too, but we'll give it a shot. I've got faith. Alright, let's give this a try. Yeah, I'll have to probably mess around with that a little bit later. Actually, what am I changing that for? We'll go to hypercars. What's been really paying off dividends for me, Matt, honestly, the McLarens. McLarens have been great. The Ferraris have been pretty damn good, too. The F12. I got one of those the other day, and the F12 is fantastic without doing a damn thing to it around corners. Let's give this a try. Looks like we get the Regera right up ahead of me. The Zenvo. I don't know if that's the ST1 or what that is. Alright, intentionally taking the corner too fast and too on the inside to try and bump my way through some of these cars. Well, you know what? Credit where credit is due. I was about to say it felt a little bit less squirrely through the corner there. I still think I'd have to pick a different car, like you say, maybe change tune a little bit. Looks like we have, I think that's a CCX up in second place. It's that original Koenigsegg I was talking about. It was a strange animal when reviewed on Top Gear by Jeremy Clarkson years and years ago. It's a car that I had never heard of at the time. Wow, you got them all, man. Yeah, Koenigsegg, like I was saying earlier, I think it might have been before you joined the stream, man. That is easily my favorite supercar, hypercar, whatever you want to call it, brand. If I could only ever have one, it would have to be the Koenigsegg, just because of how unique they are, how well engineered they are, fast, obviously, good looking, and then rare. Bugattis are getting old. Oh, I screwed up. That's all on me. That's not the car. Bugattis are old. they're great. I'm not going to disrespect Volkswagen Auto Group's achievements there, but not my favorites. Drag racing is not something I've got into yet. I would have to probably see if I can try that at some points. I've always been a circuit man. Whenever I look at racing games like Need for Speed or back in the day Midnight Club or whatever else, I would usually, I guess not avoid drag races and drifting, but they were my least favorite events and I would only do as many of them as I would have to. The Need for Speed drag races weren't too bad. It was all about your shift timing. Which, I mean, I guess you could argue it is in the real world too, but you didn't have to monkey with your car too much to win those races. Oh, I shouldn't have slowed down for that turn. I should not have slowed down for that. Oh man, I was so close too. Ah. Damn. That was one of those ones where I could have ripped right through the fence. I think I could have taken the Lamborghini on the inside if I had done that. Oh yeah, no man, Midnight Club was something else. I had that for the PS2, I think it was. That was a phenomenal game. I think the last one I got was Midnight Club LA, and as cool as the game was, I can't remember a damn thing about the story. Yeah, I can't say I ever got a Red Ring of Death on my my Xbox. Never had that. Austin Healy there. Jensen Healy. I never had a Red Ring of Death, but I did have a Xbox just kind of flat out die on me. It basically just stopped playing games, essentially. I'll go back to my instincts and go with the McLaren P1. We'll go find a different track so I don't bore everybody to death. Yeah, my Xbox, I had a 360. A lot of fun, most certainly. But, oh yeah, okay, I was going to say, I didn't see the landmark it placed.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
But it just stopped reading discs. I popped in a game, and the console was on, logged into my account name and everything. Everything was fine. But it just would not read the disc. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely make arguments between the P1 and the Senna and stuff like that. McLaren F1 is a phenomenal car too, even today, both in the real world and in the game. I don't know, I mean, I'm a sucker for engine sound and good looks. My previous Forza streams, I kind of enjoy the, well, that was a bad pass.
At the roundabout,
I kind of enjoy the sensation of driving, both in-game and the real world. I have a Mercedes in the real world.
Turn left.
Definitely not the fastest model that they make, but it's an enjoyable car anyway. It's good for a blast on the highway, and it's fun for back roads. Took it out in a mountainous area a couple of years ago, and that was wonderful. Yeah, no, the McLaren F1's crazy, man. I know that thing does ridiculous top speeds, way above what it's actually designed to do, and I think, didn't I read that the Ferrari F99 Evo, or whatever it's called, XX Evo, that thing does like 360 miles an hour if you tune it a certain way? That's just like ludicrous top speed. Looks like a Regera, another Regera, Lambo Roadster. I think that's the Aventador Roadster. Wow. Ridiculous speeds off here. I think it's Zenvo, Pagani Huayra. Yeah, the pricing on some of these cars is without a doubt ridiculous. I mean, the auction house ones are obtainable if you do enough grinding. I honestly can't hang on to my money long enough to do that. Part of the problem with having so many cool cars in this game is you go on a collecting spree whether you really intend to or not. You'll be browsing through and you say, oh, that looks pretty awesome. Oh, do I have 2.5 million? Oh yeah, I can afford that. It's only $1 million. Yeah, 320, 360 miles an hour. No big deal. About the same, right? Who's counting? There we go. Made it into first place with the P1. Certainly not as fast as the aforementioned Ferrari 599 Evo we were talking about, but damn fast on a course like this. Dude, I'm jealous. I wish I had that many cars. I started this game late. Period. This is a game where I ignored its presence for a long time, thinking, oh, well, it's just so similar to, you know, Motorsport 7. I'm coming from a place of ignorance, quite frankly. Said, you know what, it's just more racing on a boring open-world track. There's no police like there is in Need for Speed or whatever else. And man, was I wrong. I was dead wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit that. This game surpasses probably almost every other racing game that I've ever played for holding my attention, level of fun. Yeah, wheel spins definitely are been a great source of cars for me. A lot of my Ferraris and stuff I probably wouldn't have sought after otherwise have come from wheel spins. 360 Stradale was off of there. One of the F50s I got was from off of there. I got a Senna off of there. Whoa! That was really stupid of me. Jesus. Alright. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen as I can on mine, but my game's kind of lagging a little bit too. Not going to blame that on lag. That was me taking that part of the track too fast and not paying attention. It's me talking to chat instead of paying attention to the game. You gotta keep people engaged. It's not enough to race. You got some cool YouTube channels for just racing. I would, by the way, free advertising for him. I would definitely check out the YouTube channel I Suck at Driving. Phenomenal YouTube channel. That guy's got some serious racing skills. Forza, I believe you can find him as either I Suck at Driving YT or Grandma Driving. The Hudson Hornet. I don't know what the Hudson Hornet is. What is that? Obviously, it's going to be a classic. Is that an old convertible or something? Maybe that's an old American company that got shut down. Danny Warner, welcome to the stream, bud. How you holding up? Finding some stuff to do out here. So the car paid dividends, probably a little fast for that track, but it's worked out pretty well. Meadows. Let's go do the Meadows Sprints. I think I'll change cars before I get there, too. I'm hanging in there. Thank you for asking, man. It's a good day. It's beautiful weather outside, which is exactly why I'm in here wasting my life in front of a computer. Because I make wise decisions. I use my time wisely. Let's see here. Got a whole lot of choices I can go through. I feel like I should upgrade the F. The F12 is a hell of a car. I'll tell you what. I'm going to just drive this over here bone stock. Oh, it was Steve McQueen movie car. Okay. Yeah, right on, man. Isn't his grandson already a movie star? I thought I saw something about that the other day. Yeah, I definitely did not get up early today, man. I work a fairly demanding job. I'm usually at work for about 16 hours at a time, and that's the shift I'm looking at tomorrow, so I sleep in. But, no, I love the Le Mans event. I wish I had the patience to sit through the whole thing. Even a large section of it, quite frankly.
Turn left. Turn left.
I'm a big fan of racing, but like unless I'm actively doing the like, it's hard for me to watch. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's probably wrong of me somehow, especially since I'm streaming a racing game. But I could never get into NASCAR as a kid. GT3 races would hold my attention a little bit more. Whenever I saw like street circuit races on like Seattle, Chicago, whatever, where they blocked off some of the road, that was cool. I'd probably like the Diablo GTRS. I have the SV. I got that a couple of weeks ago. That's a great car. Part of it, honestly, was nostalgia.
Turn sharp left.
Because it was the cover car for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3, if anybody remembers that game.
Turn sharp left.
So I got the one with bright yellow paint job with a giant SV kind of scribbled on the side, just for old time's sake. Let's change this up a little bit. Oh boy, what do I want? Hypercars. Yeah, anything goes. There is that. You know, props to you for being able to stay awake for 24 hours of Daytona, man. I don't know how you do it. Even my favorite shows on TV, if I binge watch, I cannot binge watch an excess amounts of Game of Thrones or The Sopranos. Chernobyl, I can kind of do that just because there's only 6 episodes and it's fairly short, but props to you, man. My ass gets numb after a while. This is probably the only situation where I can sit long term where that doesn't happen to me. Probably going to get some DVTs, some clots on my legs someday as a result of my stupidity doing this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the Ferrari F40 Competizione. It's a beautiful car. It makes a nice noise. Performs well. It's classic. Look at that thing. Isn't that a little honey? Look at that paint job. I still remember that old segment from Clarkson's car years. Yeah, and that's exactly why I can't buy the Diablo GTRS. Then in the auction house. You're right on with that, man. No, this is something Clarkson mentioned on Clarkson's car years ago. About 82% of first-time Ferrari owners go for red. And he made the joke that he wanted to be different and go for a green one. And he wound up getting red. Well, I'm glad you're there to support him, man. I'm sure he appreciates it, along with all the... Look at what that pickup... Did you guys see what that pickup just did? He just did like a wheelie. Good lord. Yeah, I'm glad you're there to support your friend in the race, man. Definitely important. Same with the people in the stands. I know they appreciate it. Racing does not get the same... You have 12 Diablo GTRS. Good lord, man. You must have been playing this a long time to get that many off of wheel spins. Props to you for sticking with it that long. But yeah, I mean, racing is a really killer sport. Motorsport in general. I even consider, honestly, and some people may not agree with me, I consider like stunt driving and demolition derby to be motorsport. Not in the traditional sense that you may be used to from Le Mans or circuit races, ovals or whatever, but to me it's all motorsport. You can't get them from wheel spins, so where'd you get them? You didn't get them all off the auction house, did you? I can see ordering a couple of one car, but 12 is a little excessive, so where'd you get them? $76,000 credits, huh? That's surprisingly little, all things considered. But yeah, I think motorsports is, over the decades, lost some of its mainstream appeal, if you will. You still make a boatload of money doing that. But, I don't know, to me, like, the F1 drivers and whatnot of the 60s, 70s, whatever, were a little bit more like rock stars than they are now. F40 just slaughtered the competition. They're a little bit more rock stars now than they were in decades past. But it's still a good way to make a living if you can differentiate yourself, break out from the pack. Aaron Shelby. Wow. Hey, you know, I don't blame you for rooting for Aston Martin, man. I'm sure you know very well Aston used to be a part of... Actually, no, it wasn't Aston that was a part of Ford, was it? It was Jaguar that was a part of Ford. I think Ford was thinking of buying Aston Martin. Maybe you could correct me on that. Can't remember. Let me see. We'll do the wind farm circuit. Why not? We're going to switch cars, though. Tell you what, since you mentioned Aston Martin, because you mentioned that, I'll swap over. Ferrari. See, I know, like, Ferrari was part of the whole, was it part of the Fiat, part of Fiat at some point, or vice versa? I lost track of all the mergers and acquisitions, man. I know the major conglomerates right now are the Fiat Chrysler Auto Group, and then the obviously Ford, General Motors, and then Volkswagen is massive with all the stuff that they own. It wasn't until a handful of years ago that I knew that they had their hands on like everything. They got their hands on Lamborghini, they got their hands on Audi, Bugatti. Although I know now, I read a couple of weeks ago that I think Bugatti and Porsche are combining their efforts on future supercars. And I like choice. I like that you get so much competition in the automotive world, so in a way, I hate to see that the different car companies are combining efforts, because that's going to mean fewer different supercars, sports cars on the road. But then again, both those companies are awesome, and I'd be very interested to see what they can come up with. So we got the Super GT series here. I'll tell you what, I didn't upgrade this car any. Ooh, the GB11's a pretty car. I don't know, that's a tough one. You know what? I hate to base it off of, well, alright, yeah, I'll keep it interesting. We'll keep with the Zagato Coupe. That's, Coupe, excuse me. It's the fastest out of the Astons that I have. It doesn't let me use the Vulcan. It's not a Grand Tourer, so we'll stick with this. Yeah, I do remember Ford trying to acquire Ferrari. I mean, wasn't that the original whole basis for the whole inception of the Ford GT40? Basically, Ford made a offer that I guess old man Enzo Ferrari thought was insulting. He insulted Henry Ford II, so then they built the GT40 to try to kick his ass at Le Mans. I would never call Ford quite on the level with Ferrari at all from a car-to-car basis. But, you know, then again, they're two different companies. Ferrari does not make the everyman car. I think the closest thing they have to an everyman car, like an affordable Ferrari, would maybe be something like the California. Maybe. I would probably say out of anything on the road, in the real world, so to speak, I've seen probably more Ferrari, I don't know, 458s or GTC4 Lusos, maybe a couple Californias that I see than anything else. I have never seen a... no, I take that back. I have seen a 458. I've seen a 599 before. Never seen a LaFerrari. I've seen a 575 before. But they're honestly, certainly never seen an Enzo. The #1 GT4. So I've actually never seen the entire film, believe it or not. I know the story of it from the real world. Wasn't alive back then, certainly, but I know the history. The movie definitely takes some creative liberties from some of the parts of it that I've seen. But no, man, tell me about the GT40. I know you're definitely going to know stuff about it that I don't with your in-depth knowledge of racing. I can tell you that the name has to do with the height of the vehicle. That's why the subsequent 2005 Ford GT and then the new Ford GT don't have a numeral designation after them. I also know that they're going to be ending production of the Ford GT, and they're supposed to have one more model coming out. Almost lost ground to those cars behind me, just made it. That's a gorgeous car. I hate to say it, but whenever I see certain Fords out there, like the Fusion as an example, I can't help but think of Aston Martin when I look at like the taillights or the headlights in some cases. Oh, so you've seen the #1 GT40 in person, really? Damn. It's been a long time since I've been to a car show. Once in a while, in the area that I live, they host like classic car shows. So for us in America, classics would be like your standard, muscle cars, your Dodge Chargers, your Chevrolet Chevelle, stuff like that. Tell you what, in that spirit, maybe I'll go grab a slow-ass muscle car. Why not? And I'm not picking that. I'm telling you that right now. Get the Chevelle Super Sport. Ooh, I tell you what, Corvette. Bang. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, I just saw this out the corner of my eye. Let's do the Daytona Hemi. This thing could crack some pretty ridiculous speeds on the track. What do I want to do? How about, it's cross-country Titan. Maybe I'll go over there. How about that? Something a little bit different than the street racing. This is gorgeous in its own way, in my opinion. Gorgeous in a classic way. It's funny though how it's literally a Charger with a added-on front nose and then a big wing in the back.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Really? Well, I hope you get the job if they want you to work there next year, man.
Turn right.
No, it's a piece of automotive history, and I can always appreciate that. Honestly, even if it's like what you consider fake automotive history, like the James Bond Aston Martin, like the original one, or even the Johnny English Aston Martin that they use in that movie, the 007 parody. I know it's a comedy movie with Rowan Atkinson, but that was a fantastic Aston with a fantastic paint job. Very desirable car, and that's actually what I was using the other day to unlock the Ferrari F12 TDF.
400 yards, turn left.
Whoa!
Turn left.
Yeah, this is not what muscle cars are meant for.
In 200 yards, turn sharp right.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a legitimate Cobra. When I say legitimate, I mean like an actual production one. Because there are plenty of kit cars out there, as I'm sure you know. There are people who live in my neighborhood. There's an old couple that has one. It's a great car. It's created, or I should say recreated, very faithfully to the original. But it's not quite the same. I'd love to see a real one in the flesh. I do, at least with the classic car shows, get to see some cool stuff, and that I get to see some old school Chargers like this one. We get to see the Challengers. There's a couple of Plymouth Hemi Cudas there, Chevy Novas. By the way, I'd like to say that I think the Chevy Nova, for what it's worth, is a very underrated muscle car. Awesome. I'd love to see the first Cobra in person. Without a doubt. Chevy versus Dodge, anything goes. Muscle versus tuner. See, the thing is, I'm not looking to do the cross country on a Charger. I gotta find something else. Maybe I can go to Dodge. What do they have here? Durango. Didn't they have a... I thought they had the Rebel pickup. Where's that thing? What else do we have? There's got to be something here I'm interested in taking off-road. Wrangler's not too bad of an idea. Oh yeah, no worries, Duckman. I appreciate you sticking with me. I'll take all the friendly viewers I can get, man. Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on a Cobra. Guilty confession. I can't drive stick, honestly. I would have to have somebody take me for a ride in it, but I know I would appreciate it all the same. I'm a paddle shift guy or an auto guy. That's just how I learned when I was coming up. I'm sure someday I'll be able to get somebody to show me the ropes with stick. But unfortunately today is not that day. I'll have to consider it, man, honestly. What's the deal with the GTR versus the SV? Is it like that much massively faster, or is it? Oh, that almost looked like Clarkson's Land Rover up there from the what is it? Bolivia special? Can't remember. Death Road special. I know they get Le Mans versions of certain Lamborghinis. Look at all these pickups. Trucks too heavy things. I'm actually glad it's raining, which is one of the only times you're going to hear me say that, but this is the right kind of weather for this event. Looks and sounds better. Okay, that's definitely an improvement right there. I like to add aero to my car for performance reasons, but sometimes it does make it a little bit more aggressive. What I can't understand is the people who own average, well, honestly, even if it's not an average car. So, like, I saw a dude driving a legitimate imported Skyline several months ago. Might have even been almost a year ago by now, but I saw a dude driving that in a town, I won't say where it is, but it is notoriously horrible roads because of the awful winters that we have, and this dude hasn't lowered all the way to the ground. Now, obviously, that makes sense on a... Ooh, I like the idea of it looking like a Countach. Alright. I'm on board with that. But this guy lowers his arrow all the way to the ground. Now, it makes sense on a track. Ooh, that was stupid of me. Shelby American Collection, I may have to visit that. If I go to Colorado. This whole COVID thing has really ruined any kind of travel plans for the near future, man. Especially with the whole, things that we don't know about the Delta variant. What kind of damage it can really do to you, and we're looking at more restrictions being put in place again for the winter time. It's probably going to have to be put on hold, as much as I may like to see that. But, yeah, so the dude with the GTR. So this dude lowers his arrow all the way, and he's going over the most ridiculous bumps in the world. What on earth would somebody be thinking doing that, lowering your arrow to where you're going to gouge every single pothole, and there's no shortage of them. No shortage of potholes. He's going to destroy his body panels. Sold in a minute and a half. Wow. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm an impatient man, as I described earlier, so without a doubt, I'm the buy now person. I don't tend to tactfully place my bids. Not just this game, but that's any game as well on the auction house. Wow, car went out of bounds. Don't see that too much with the AI. Ah, okay. Just on the price, I see. Whoa, I'm going way off the track again. Huge event on 4th of September. So if it's supposed to be Shelby Collection, what are they doing with, like, they certainly don't have 100 unique cars. Are they going to have multiple of the same model, or are they inviting other brands there? I feel like I'm going to lose this race. I know we got 50% left to go, but I'm in 4th place, and this thing is not keeping up too well. Although, I'm not going to say that I'm paying the most attention I've ever paid in my life to this race. Yeah, I might have to take you up on that, man. 76K is not too bad. If you were trying to sell me, like, you know, $3 million, 599 or so Enzo or something, I don't think I could do that right now. So I went on a buying spree recently, as we all do from time to time. Now, does that thing achieve some decent speeds when you upgrade it? Because I actually do, like, besides just having them for the sake of having them, I do enjoy racing them. I may want to see if I can actually do something with it on the track. Oh, big jump. Alright. Let's make this count. Well, speed's good. I gotta make sure the thing corner's pretty decent, too. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we're too close to the end. 74%. There's no way I'm catching up to these guys. It's a cool race anyway. It comes with the wing stock. I like that. Get some aero in mind. I remember that being a big bone of contention with the CCX on Top Gear. They tested the CCX on their track. Okay, S2 915, that's not bad. So yeah, I bet you can probably get that bad boy up to like the 930s or 40s or whatever. With some upgrades. Oh, you are not passing me. No, you are not. I'm already pissed off being in 4th place. What is this, a Bronco? What the hell is this thing? Get off of me. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting 1st or 2nd, unfortunately. Oh, we're in the rail yard. Damn. What a course. And acceleration is definitely important, man. I can't tell you how many fast cars I have that are like garbage off of the line. As much as I love American car culture and some of the classic muscle cars. That's the biggest problem I have with a lot of the muscle cars that I own in this game, is they just spend all their power away. It's even true of some of the newer ones, unfortunately. Oh no, what? What happened there? How on earth did that happen? Seriously? Dude. Dude, I got freaking robbed on that. 4th place. Wow. Oh, man. Level up 6 from getting 4th place. Alright, Volkswagen Beetle, just what I always wanted. That's pretty damn good for stock, though, man. For Diablo, considering how old that car is. Oops. Let's see here. What else can I do? Let's let me get the hillside sprint. Yeah, it's not a bad one. We'll do hillside sprint, so I can actually put a marker on it. There we go. All right. Seriously, I can't break through that fence? Just saw a piece of it fall off. 99, yeah. But if you think about it, the Diablo was certainly conceived and manufactured years before that. I think, what was it, 2000, 2001 was like the last year of the Diablo. Ah, no worries, Duckman, you do you.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, let me switch cars, I totally forgot about that. Switching cars. Let's go. What do we want today? You know, I was talking about a Skyline earlier. Why don't I do that? We got the upgraded Paul Walker style Skyline, but I like it in the nice flat blue. Go with Retro Sports. This is max upgraded. It's actually a really fast car, all things considered. You know, this isn't anywhere near as modern as its modern-day counterpart, the plain old Nissan GTR. But it doesn't really look all that old-fashioned just by looking at it. Of course, this is the last cosmetics refresh they did with this car. Whoa! Okay, that sucked. Wow, I am not doing good with this car. Usually I can brake like on the red, and as soon as I do that, that's going to be an adequate stopping distance. Not the case with this car, evidently. I've raced this before pretty successfully, too, so I don't know what's going on. I guess I gotta slow down at the yellow. I don't even know what some of these are. That looks almost like a Sylvia in front of me. What's sad to me is I like what you can do with the Sylvias, but I don't like the way they look, like, at all. It just looks like a normal, boring sedan. Acura NSX I can get behind. Doing a little bit better. Alright. Barely squeaked by into first place. Much better vehicle control that time around. 85%, almost done, coming into the home stretch finally. Got that one a wee bit too close. Well, hey, I hope that both of you guys are excited for Forza Horizon 5 coming out. I'm definitely going to be getting that as soon as humanly possible, and honestly don't know if I'm going to uninstall Horizon 4 just because I like the English countryside. It's such a great place to get your foot down. We'll see what I got for hard drive space, honestly. I got a total of like 7 terabytes, I think, of space. But with all the games I got on there, especially with the massive ones we have now, the big Call of Duty games and the giant MMOs and stuff like that, space is slowly dwindling. Look at that. I know you will find some mountainous regions in Mexico that are going to be like this come Forza Horizon 5's release, but I don't know, English countryside is really unique to me. A lot of places in Europe really inspire me. I think there's a reason why motorsport is so popular up here. Let's try Greendale Super Sprint, sure. Let's switch cars again. Find something else. Let's see. I think that was that the Rebel, R.J. Anderson? No, that was the other, okay. That was the other pickup truck I was looking at. Supra is a great car, although in this game I don't think it's quite as great as it could be. You know what, I haven't tried the Zenvo. Let me try that. I bought that car on auction a little while ago. Didn't do anything with it. Let's give it a try.
200 yards. Turn right.
This is a little bit different than the original Zenvo. The one that I first saw got reviewed on Top Gear and it caught fire. So it wasn't the best look for that car, unfortunately.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Besides the fire, the car also did have some issues with
turn left.
weight because it was built on a steel chassis. And the handling, once you turn traction control and driver's aids off,
take the first exit.
Made the car, oh, that was stupid, basically stopped in a roundabout. Made the car virtually undrivable. I know they have new aero on this car. You can actually see the wing moving as you turn.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
I don't know what else they may have done in regards to the
In 100 yards, turn right.
handling, suspension, etc. The weight of the car, maybe they've improved that with the Zenvo that we have here.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, excuse me. Well, you know what? We're here. We're going to try it. Zenvo only. You know, we'll keep it with hypercars. I'm going to try this thing and see what happens. It is a beautiful looking car, super aggressive. And this is another one of those ones where it'd be just like the Koenigsegg for me, is I would rather have something like this because it's so rare. Because nobody else would have this. You turn up to a car meet or a road rally, anything like that, nobody else is going to have one of these. Except for Forza, where there's another one 2 cars away from me. Look at that McLaren, or was that the Bugatti? Whatever it is, Lego car, watch that thing go. That thing was taking the hell off. We get the speed tail in here, Wyra, looks like an Aventador, and I think that's a Bugatti in the front, can't quite tell. Zenvo's not doing too bad. Oh, no way, I hit that flag. I hit that flag. I know the corner of my car hit that thing. I don't want to be pit maneuvering other cars out here. Come on. Cut me some slack, Forza. Let's go. I got a Bugatti to catch up to, okay? Now, I'm holding up my end of the bargain, I think, considering I've never driven this car before. Not doing too bad. Oh, and of course we're going to hit a straightaway. This is where the Bugatti's probably going to start pulling away from me. Looks like a Veyron Super Sport, I think, but this thing is obviously the top speed monster. This is where it kind of comes into its own. Okay, that was really stupid of me. There we go, taking it on the inside of the corner. Oh, it's still got first place, come on. Battling for first place. I just gotta try to not do anything stupid for the rest of the race. Wow. Love that scoop on the hood. Not the hood, the roof. That looks really awesome. Yeah, well, you know what? Props to the Bugatti. Considering the screw up at the beginning, I probably shouldn't have won that. Excuse me. Did the best I could. So we're gonna run down here in the Zenvo, get a little bit more practice with this car. What a brilliant car this thing is, though. At least in game. I'm not sure about the real world. I don't know what the Top Gear crew would have to say about it this time. I know that Zenvo was not pleased about their review of the ST1.
400 yards, turn right.
So I know Jeremy was very brutal in his review.
Turn right.
But the car did what it did, and it was very expensive, all things considered. I think he quoted it like 800,000 pounds or something like that.
In 400 yards, turn left.
Might have even been more, honestly. I can't remember.
Turn left.
But at least in the world of Forza Horizon, this thing definitely seems to be holding up its end of the bargain here. It kind of seems like the Regera in Need for Speed Heat, where you don't really need to do anything. Because I'm sure you can replace the wing on this car and whatnot. I bought this thing off the auction house, so I honestly don't know if it was fully upgraded or not. If it wasn't, I probably wouldn't do anything to it if it's already performing the way it is. Yes, I'm going to go the wrong way, sorry.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. You have arrived at your destination.
Beautiful. Love the engine noise, I gotta say that. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. World's fastest. World's fastest road cars. Let's see what I got here. EB110, the XJ220, the Countach. You know what? I was talking about that earlier. Let's go with the Countach. The myth, the legend. The car you can't see out of the back of. And the car with the wing that makes it perform worse in the real world. I'm kind of surprised they don't let you get the 20th anniversary series with no wing on it as an option. Ah, look at that, the Mira Porsche 959. Is that a Daytona? I don't know what that is. Come on, get out of my way. Looks like an F40, maybe it's an XJ320 up there, can't quite tell. I don't know what the front runner is. So Shelby 427 Cobra. Where's our Cobra fan from earlier? You'd be able to tell me what that is. Maybe that's an EB110 in front of me? I can't quite tell. Why am I in winter right now? This is supposed to be the spring season, and I definitely do not have winter tires on. Just racing in a upgraded Countach. Well, whatever this is, I'm passing it. Sorry. I thought I was rid of this pesky winter season for the next several days. And yet here I am again on snow. You know, because it's a new car, I don't know if they're going to have the reimagined Countach in Forza Horizon 5. They have added cars to this game over the span of its life, so maybe it won't be there on release, but I would love to see that as a car that I can grab in the future. I don't know if all of them have already been sold out in the real world, like a lot of one-off Lamborghinis are. But I'd love to use this series to imagine myself being able to own one and drive one. Maybe I can snatch one up. You know, you gotta wonder what the next poster car will be, because you had the Senna as the cover car for this game. So I'm kind of wondering what the one for Horizon 5 is going to be. Excuse me. I guessed right with the Shelby Cobra, and I guess my second guess was correct on the Bugatti. It's EB110. The world fastest production cars. I don't know why the Chiron's not in there. Or the Koenigsegg. Alright, here we are. That's the one I just did. I'm not doing that. What else could I do here? I did the Colossus already. Did the Goliath. Ambleside Sprint, how about that? But, to get there, I'm going to switch cars again. I'd actually have to wind this stream up fairly soon-ish. Ooh, what do I want? So I got a lot of Porsches here. Got a couple of them recently issued to me through wheel spins and whatnot. Yeah, feel free to add me in the game, man. You can see the little thing up on the top left corner there. It's Unreal, what is it, 6026 or whatever. I'll have to do that. Probably gonna have to wrap this stream up fairly soon. Love to see you guys back in here again. Hopefully you add me and I can do another stream on Monday once I'm off of work. Sunday I'm going to be occupied for most of the day, unfortunately. Let's see what we got here. What do I want to bring? The Carrera GT is great. You know what? We'll do the 918. Great car. Fantastic looks. Love that exhaust. 9.2 miles. We're going to want to get there quick. Great way to do it. I know you weren't the biggest fan of McLarens. Maybe the 918 is a little bit more up your alley. Yeah, we'll do. Absolutely, we'll do, man. I think I'll get 1 or 2 more races. One in this thing and maybe one in something else, and then we'll wrap that up. I'm not the 6-hour streamer quite yet. I don't know how some of these guys are doing this as a full-time job. Doing this for fun currently, but
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
God bless the ones that do. Speed Zone Hero. I don't know what's heroic about that. Oh, we get a wheel spin. Nice. Oh, whoa! That sucked. Alright. I got 2 mil. I might have to, you can see actually top corner, I get just underneath 3.1. I might do that. Where's it located on the map? I'm just going to switch cars and then switch cars back because I want to repair my... Actually, I could have done that in camera mode, couldn't I? I didn't need to do that. Well, it gets me back on the road, too. There's the added benefit of that. Alright, Porsche. Hopefully I won't slam this thing into a tree this time. Rather drag up the highway. Alright, I might look at that. I might just do that. That being said, though, man, at least for a casual player like me, having the little bit longer drives, if you will, it's helpful to kind of help me get a little bit more of a feel for the car that I'm about to use in the next race. I don't mind warming up a little bit with that. Not that I've never used the 918 before, I definitely have, but this is not my go-to car, so to speak.
You have arrived at your destination.
I have not arrived at my destination, that is a lie. Alright, definitely something to consider. I like the idea of cheaper travel. It's amazing how different those systems can be in different games. I was playing Elder Scrolls Online for a little while, and that game actually, the fast travel system, you have to use these like way shrines or whatever. But the way shrines can cost you a decent chunk of money. Unless you're within a certain distance of them or whatnot. If you use just like a distant way shrine on the map, you gotta pay a good amount of gold. At least it looks like a good amount of gold if you're a beginner like I am.
You have arrived at your destination.
Stop telling me I'm at my destination when I'm not. Making me slow down for no reason. Like Ricky Bobby, I want to go fast.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
I don't know if anybody saw, but we did have a car recently. I forget if it was Hyundai or Kia. Some pretty basic sedan that's going to be coming out offering customizable engine sounds, which I know is something Renault was already doing with the Clio. They showed that off years ago on Top Gear. I think that's going to be the future of our cars. That's going to have to be the future of our cars because we're looking at probably an all-electric future, I hate to say, but... A lot of different choices here. Now, what's considered a track toy is my question. The 488 is a track toy? Making a Volkswagen sound like a Ferrari. Duckman, I guarantee you that will happen. Remember that the Clio, at least I remember the Clio, had a Nissan GTR as a selectable engine sound. So I can totally see them doing that. Let's see, GT2 RS, GT3 RS. I'll go with the Pisto, why not? I know they can and will, and even the stock sounds, considering these are going to be heavily computer-driven cars, why wouldn't people be able to either have their own custom engine sounds or just hack them, even if the ability's not there, or maybe hack it in, connect the laptop to it? Let's give this a try. Get all track toys here. Looks like the BAC Mono, maybe an M3 competition. It's about to call Competizione, but it's not Italian. M3 competition package. Viper, it's like an ACR. I don't know what kind of Mustang that is. I'm sorry, but I would never call any Mustang a track toy. Maybe you can call the Cobra R a track toy, maybe. Looks like maybe a Dunkelhort up ahead. Or it could be a Caterham. I'd love to take a good look at it, but I gotta concentrate. And we get the GT2 or GT3 RS in front of me. 488 is a gorgeous car, man. Ferrari, they've made some ugly cars in the past, don't get me wrong, but their styling, to me, has been really, really consistent on the money for, I don't know, through 3 decades, pretty much. Yeah, the sound of the 488 is phenomenal. I know we got the SF90 out there right now, and I know we're looking at I think there's a V6 Ferrari, if I'm not mistaken, that's coming out in the immediate future. Maybe that will be somewhat affordable in the Ferrari sense of the word. Maybe it won't hold its value, and then somebody like myself will be able to get a car that didn't retain its value very well, and you can get a performance bargain out of it. Who knows? You'll still have the prestige of the badge. Pretty much what I did with my BMW and my Mercedes that I had. You get a little bit of credibility just based off of the badge. But the cars that I have are most definitely what I would call slow bling. They're not fast cars by any stretch of the imagination. To borrow the phrase from Rob Ferretti from Super Speeders, it's slow bling. Even Rob's own Ferrari 360, great car. 360 Moderna is a wonderful, I'm sorry, Moderna, so talking about the coronavirus shot. Modena, 360 Modena is a great car, but it's not going to win any land speed records anytime soon. I think I might just do one, if I can. Can I select my race, please? All right, close enough. Let's switch this up. What do I want here? Yeah, I've actually got the GT40 myself. You know what? You just inspired me. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with the, not the GT40, but I'm going to go with the GT that I have. I had the Gulf colors on it for a while, but I didn't realize that there were extra liveries you could get besides just the bone stock ones that show up. Well, I shouldn't say bone stock ones, the ones that show up in the first, I don't know, 10, 20 liveries that players made. I didn't realize you could search for more.
Turn left.
So I got one with a real Gulf pattern on it.
In 200 yards.
This car is great.
Turn left.
Rumor has it that the final version of this that Ford is going to make for a while, until they come up with a new version of the GT altogether, like they did with this one, is going to have a V8 in it, which would be very interesting indeed.
Turn right.
This, of course, has the Eco Beast V6, although I believe it is twin turbocharged, and it still puts out a crazy amount of power. And in my opinion, makes a good noise. I know some people don't like it. Whoa, close one. But I like it quite a bit.
400 yards. Turn right.
It's a hell of a performer. Both in the real world and in the game.
Turn right.
And once you're used to driving at higher speeds, honestly,
yards. Turn left.
I would probably argue this is a easy car to drive. Much like the Senna and the P1, this car tends to grip the road pretty well, brakes well, doesn't do off-road well, so I really wish Forza wouldn't send me off-road if I ask it to GPS me somewhere.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Finally some pavements, thank you.
In 400 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
Well, once again, it's a warm-up, so give me a chance to get used to the car before we go with a bang here. Alright, what do we got? Modern supercars, yes sir. Plenty of choices. I like the Ascari KZ1 that's in there too. It's a killer car. It's just not all that fast, unfortunately. Not when it's compared to its brethren. For me, it would be blinding fast. Fastest I've ever gone in a car. Well, I won't disclose that, but my speed has been limited on both of my faster cars. The 458 Italia is a beautiful car, and it was a... I think what Jeremy Clarkson said about it during his review on Top Gear was correct. The 458 is an all-time great. It's one of the best cars that they've produced. The 488 obviously builds and improves on that. It's a great car, without question. But if you look at like a landmark vehicle, something that kind of... Jesus, get the hell off of me, dude. Oh, and there goes my tail fin. That's nice. And this is the AI ramming me. Imagine what the players would do. The 458 was just like another huge step up from the 430. The 488, I think, is like a slight improvement over the 458s. 458 was a real quantum leap, so I have the utmost respect and admiration for that car. I don't know. I still want to say I would probably get the MP412C from McLaren over that car. Again, it's a rarer option, so I wouldn't be like everybody else. All the other celebrities get a Ferrari and a Bugatti or whatever, so my money would go for the McLaren. But the 458 definitely won my respect, both on the streets, on the track, looks, sound, performance, you name it. Oh wow, we got a Corvette C8 in here. 50% and I'm only in 6th place. I don't know if I'm going to win this race. I might be screwed here. Get out of my way, seriously. What is that thing in front of me? Looks almost like the Acura. Oh, that was really stupid. Oh my god. And I just lost all the effort I just put in. I lost all the ground that I gained, and then some. So I'm not finishing this anywhere near place number 1. I'm very disappointed in myself right now. I don't think I can even get in front of this Aston. He keeps blocking me. Wow. Dude, that was so awful. I think that is my worst ever performance on that track. I am really disappointed in myself. I can't go out like that. Cannot end the stream on that note. I gotta say, though, I always really want to hand it to Microsoft Turn 10 Playground Games for making this game so accessible and open for everybody. The fact that they'll still reward you even if you suck at this game. They'll be more than happy to still reward you for doing something during the race, whether it's getting high speeds or whether it's hitting stuff, quite frankly, taking jumps. All those things count. Tell you what we'll do. We're going to try LaFerrari, since we've been talking about Ferrari so much. Let's try something from Maranello.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
We'll go with the beautiful and unparalleled LaFerrari. I know you have cars out there like the 918 from Porsche and the McLaren P1 that are supposed to be direct rivals to this. And they are, but nothing is quite like this. Alright, I gotta do a better job this time. That was a horrible run that I did. I was making some progress. I still don't think I would have got first place on that last run, but that was a abysmal performance on my part, so I gotta do better this time. Tough competition, though. We got a Koenigsegg and a Lykan Hypersport right next to me. Lamborghini, Pagani Huayra. Already, I made a really stupid move by going into that corner too fast. All right. My silence and a little bit more patience paid off. The SF90 is certainly a landmark vehicle for Ferrari. I think it was supposed to be their next step up over the 458 and the 488, but I'm waiting for another hypercar like this to come out from Ferrari, and I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to the table next. I know whatever it is, it's going to be impressive. And I'm not talking about the Ferrari SUV. I've seen that. Another hypercar, another ultra car. Something unparalleled. Stiff competition, Speedtail, Hypersport, F12, Agera, Aventador, Huayra, another LaFerrari, Koenigsegg, CC8S, I don't know what that is, Veneno, Agera, Aventador. That was tough. But I'm glad I could go out on a high note for a change. Very disappointed in myself for not initially getting that race win. Shame on me. Probably wasn't paying enough attention, and I just did not drive well. Look at this view, though. Anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning into the stream. Thank you guys so much for your views. Glad to see both you guys here. Please like, subscribe, whatever it is you can do to help me out on my streaming adventures. I'm also going to be available on YouTube at Unreal Gaming with a 3 instead of an E. Feel free to check me out there. Going to try to get some more regular content up there. It's been a long time since I've posted some new stuff on there, and I want to get back on track with that. At Unreal Official, rather, on Twitter, if you want to see me there. I'll be posting stuff there on the regular as well. And plan on some new updates with this game and others right here on my Twitch channel, Unreal_Twitch. It's good seeing you, Duckman. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. So until next time, I'm Unreal. You just watch a stream with an average gamer. You guys take care.